Good afternoon. In the last lecture, we have seen frequency distribution. Now, today we will solve this problem. Example 1. Just I will read it. You also write down so that we will solve it and also we will see some theory. 100 test specimens made of gray cast iron FG300 are tested on a universal testing machine to determine the ultimate tensile strength SUT of the material. The results are tabulated as follows. Now, first column is class interval in Newton per mm square. Second column is frequency. I will read the first column 261 to 280, 281 to 300, 301 to 320, 321 to 340, 341 to 360. Now, first frequency 2, second 12, third 50, fourth 32, fifth 4. Calculate the mean, the variance, and the standard deviation for this sample. Therefore, write down the problem within 2 to 3 minutes. I will solve it. I will wait for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. I think you have written the problem. Now we will solve it. First of all, we will calculate mean. Therefore, again we have to write down this table. Solution. Now step 1. Step 1. First of all, we will find out mean. Now again we will write down the values. First is class mark. In that we will assume it as xi. Then frequency fi, then fixi, then fixi square. Fi xi square. Therefore, first of all, we will write down class mark 270, 260 plus 280. Mean we have taken. Then 290. Then 310. Then 330. Then 350. Then we have to write total. Now 270. Its frequency is 2. Therefore, Fi xi is equal to 540. Fi xi square is equal to 145,800. Similarly, for 290, 12, 3480, 100, 9200. Therefore, 310, 50, then 15500, then 480, 5000. Then for 330, it is 32, then 10560, then 348, 348, 4800, then 350, frequency is 4, 1400, then 490123. Now total, this total frequency is 100. Fi xi is equal to 31,480 and Fi xi square is 999,34800. Therefore, write down this. Now we have to calculate mean. Therefore, mean mu is equal to summation of Fi xi divided by summation of Fi, which is equal to summation of Fi xi is equal to 31480 divided by summation of Fi is equal to 100. Therefore, mean mu is equal to 314.80 Newton per mm square. Second step, step 2, variance. Variance, its formula is S square is equal to summation of Fi xi square minus bracket of summation of Fi xi bracket square divided by n and divided by n minus 1. Therefore, substitute the values. 9934800 minus 31 480 bracket square upon 100 divided by 100 minus 1. Therefore, variance S square is equal to, you are getting it as 251.47 Newton per mm square bracket square. Therefore, write down this. I think you have written. Now we will find out standard deviation, step 3. Therefore, step 3. Standard deviation therefore standard deviation S is equal to square root of 251.47. Therefore S is equal to 15.86 Newton per mm square. Therefore, this is your first problem. Please write down so that I will start new point. Okay. Now next is probability. Probability is defined as the chance or likelihood that a particular event will occur. In mathematical terms, it is a number that varies from 0 to 1. The probability is 0 when the event is impossible to occur. The probability is 1 when the event is certain to occur. If there are equal chances that the event will occur or will not occur, the probability is zero point 0.5. The concept of probability is a part of our general knowledge. If asked what is the probability that a tossed coin will come up with a head, most of the people will answer one half. Or take a six-sided cube with numbers 1 to 6 on its faces. The probability that it will come up with the number 5 is 1/6. Therefore, in more precise terms, the probability is defined as a number p which varies from 0 to 1 and which indicates the chance that a particular event E will occur, given that it can happen always. It can happen f ways out of n equally likely ways. Therefore, probability p is equal to probability of event is equal to f divided by n. Suppose we toss a coin 20 times, n is equal to 20, and that we get 12 heads, f is equal to 12. Then the probability of getting heads is given by p is equal to f divided by n, which is equal to 12 divided by 20, which is equal to zero point 0.6 or 0.0 or 60%. Although the answer is zero point 0.6, if the coin is tossed again and again for a large number of times, the probability that will come up with heads is zero point 0.5. If the event does not occur, it is called not E or written as E. E bar. The probability that the event will not occur is written as probability of E bar. Therefore, Q is equal to probability of E bar, which is equal to 1 minus probability of P, where Q is the probability of non-occurrence. Also, P plus Q is equal to 1. Now, probability distribution. There is important concept of random variables in statistical considerations. In example 1, we have 100 test specimens made of gray cast iron FG300 which are tested on a universal testing machine to find out the ultimate tensile strength of the material. We get different values of UTS in each test. There are a number of factors that vary from test to test. There are variations in size of the test specimen because of tolerances. The chemical composition of each specimen also varies, although within limits. The testing on a universal testing machine is called random experiment because the specimens are selected at random. The values of UTS obtained in such testing are called random variables. A random variable is defined as a variable that takes different values in random experiments. Dimensions of component, weight, strength, forces acting on component, stress or properties of materials are all random variables. In other words, a random variable is a variable whose values depend upon the outcome of a random experiment. We will conduct a random experiment to explain the above concept. There are two six-sided cubes with numbers 1 to 6 marked on their faces. Every time the two cubes are tossed, and the sum of numbers that will appear is denoted as x. Each cube can display any number from 1 to 6. It depends upon the outcome of tossing. Therefore, tossing the two cubes is a random experiment. The variable x, which is the addition of two numbers, is a random variable. Figure shows all possible outcomes of these experiments. There are a total of 36 possible outcomes. The random variable x has a specific value for each possible outcome. For example, in the first event shown at the first row and first column, the variable x is equal to 1 plus 1 which is equal to 2. It is seen from figure that X is in only 1 out of 36 likely outcomes. Therefore, this is the outcome of the toss of two discs. Possible 36 outcomes are, if you will observe carefully, at each row or at each column, first column is or first line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then next is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 5, 5, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Therefore, this is nothing but outcome of the toss of two dice, two discs. Therefore, the probability of getting x is equal to 2 is 1 out of 30 or 1 divided by 36. The values of x for each of the remaining outcomes and their probabilities are calculated in a similar manner. The results are given in table 4 and shown systematically in figure. Therefore, this is the probability distribution. Results of random experiment. First column is x, next column is number of events, second column is probability. Now, if x is equal to 1, number of events 0, probability 0, 2, 1, 1 divided by 36, 3, 2, 2 divided by 36, 4, 3, 3 divided by 36, 5, 4, 4 divided by 36, 6, 5, 5 divided by 36, 7, 6, 6 divided by 6, 8, 5, 5 divided by 36, 9, 4, 4 divided by 36, 10, 3, 3 divided by 36, 8, 2, 2 divided by 36, 1, 1 divided by 36, and 13, 0, 0. Table that gives a list of all possible values of a random variable and the corresponding probabilities is called a probability distribution table. Sometimes the designer is interested in finding out the probability that x is less than a particular value. For example, in example 1, the designer may be interested in finding out the probability that the ultimate tensile strength is less than 300 Newton per mm square. This is because he has assumed 300 Newton per mm square as UTS for calculating the dimensions of the cast iron component. Referring to table, the probability that x is less than xi is obtained by adding the probabilities of all values of x up to and including xi. For example, the probability that x is less than or equal to 4 is given by 0 plus 1 divided by 36 plus 2 divided by 36 plus 3 divided by 36 is equal to 6 divided by 36. Table shows the values calculated by the above method. The probability that x is less than xi is called cumulative probability and is denoted by the cumulative probability function fx. Table is called the cumulative probability distribution table. This distribution is also shown in figure. Cumulative probability distribution. Therefore, again first column is x, next column is number of events, next column is probability, and last column cumulative probability. For x is equal to 2, number of event 1, 1 divided by 36, 1 divided by 36, 3, 2, 2 divided by 36, 3 divided by 36, 4, 3, 3 divided by 36, 6 divided by 36, 5, 4, 4 divided by 36, 10 divided by 36, 6, 5, 5 divided by 36, 15 divided by 36, 7, 6, 6 divided by 36, 21 divided by 36, 8, 5, 5 divided by 36, 26 divided by 36, 9, 4, 4 divided by 36, 30 divided by 36, 10, 3, 3 divided by 36, 33 divided by 36, 11, 2, 2 divided by 36, 35 divided by 36, 12, 1, 1 divided by 36, 36 divided by 36. Now we will see normal curve. In statistical analysis, the most popular probability distribution curve is the normal curve as shown in figure. The distribution is called normal or Gaussian distribution. The equation of the normal curve in terms of the standard variable z is given by f of z is equal to 1 upon root 2 pi into e raised to minus z square divided by 2. Now this is the normal distribution plus minus 3 sigma limits. It consists of 99.73% plus minus 2 sigma limit 95.45% plus minus sigma 68.27%. An important characteristic of the normal curve is that the total area below the curve from z is equal to minus infinity to z is equal to plus infinity is 1 or unity. The areas included between different values of z are as follows. Z is equal to minus 1 to Z is equal to plus 1, 68.27%. Z is equal to minus 2 to Z is equal to plus 2, 95.45%. Z is equal to minus 3 to Z is equal to plus 3, 99.73%. In many design problems, it is required to find out the area below the normal curve from Z is equal to 0 to a particular value of Z as shown by the shaded area in figure. The values of this area are given in table. Therefore, area below the normal curve. Now these are the values, areas under normal curve. Just I will read. Lot of values are there from 0 to 3 and its interval is 0.1. Now next point is design and natural tolerances. Therefore, the design and natural tolerances, the variations in the dimensions of a component occur due to two reasons. First, because of a large number and second due to assignable causes. The variations due to chance causes occur at random. They are the characteristics of the manufacturing method and measurement technique. The variations due to assignable causes can be located and corrected. When they are corrected, the system is said to be under statistical control. In a statistically controlled system, the dimensions of the component are normally distributed with a particular value of standard deviation. The natural tolerance is defined as the actual capabilities of the process and can be considered as limits within which all but a given allowable fraction of items will fall. In general, the natural tolerance of a process is the spread of the normal curve that includes 99.73% of the total population. Referring to the normal curve shown in figure, the values of the standard variables Z1 and Z2 corresponding to this population are minus 3 and plus 3. X is equal to mu plus Z sigma. Therefore, x1 is equal to mu plus 3 sigma and x2 is equal to mu minus 3 sigma. Therefore, the natural tolerances are plus minus 3 sigma. On the contrary, the design tolerances are specification limits set somewhat arbitrarily by the designer from considerations of the proper matching of the two components and functioning of the assembly. The design tolerances can be achieved only when the manufacturing process is so selected that the natural tolerances are within the design tolerances. The percentage of rejected components depends upon the relationship between these two tolerances. Based on this relationship, the following observations are made. When the design tolerance is less than plus minus 3 sigma, the percentage of rejected components is inevitable. When the design tolerance is equal to plus minus 3 sigma, there is virtually no rejection provided that the manufacturing process is centered. For an off-center process, some components are rejected. When the design tolerance is slightly greater than plus minus 3 sigma, there is no objection even if the manufacturing process is slightly off-center. It is necessary for the designer to select a manufacturing process for a component in such a way that the natural tolerance of the process is slightly less than the design tolerance. The design tolerance should be about plus minus 4 sigma. Therefore, always remember the natural tolerance should be less than the design tolerance. Therefore, this theory of this chapter is over. Now, in the next lecture, we will